its death, caused by Team Rocket. During the course of the game, the players must obtain the Silph Scope and calm the ghost Marowak by battling it and reuniting it with its child Cubone. Additionally, a girl in Lavender Town asks the player if they believe in ghosts, later mentioning a white hand on their shoulder. I do have a question though. So, everyone knows ghost Pokemon are a thing. So when spooky things are happening or when things move around, don't people just assume it's a ghost Pokemon? Or at the very least, maybe a psychic Pokemon? That's what I would assume. Like, is the Silph Scope a new invention? I would just assume a lot of people would keep them on hand. Specifically, Pokemon trainers should just keep them on hand all the time. Because you never know when you'll run into a ghost Pokemon. Or like you just want to catch one and because you're the Pokemon master, gotta catch them all and all that. It's just something I thought about. Or is it like sunglasses? Like you can just go to the store and buy a pair of Silph Ghost sunglasses just for yourself so you can see the ghosts and just keep them on hand. That would make the most sense to me. In Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum and their remakes, there is the old chateau. It is known to be haunted, scaring many citizens of Eternia City. In the chateau, occasionally, the ghosts of a little girl and butler appear in the rightmost bedroom, on the second floor, and in the dining hall, respectively. They can't be interacted with and move by floating. Also, in Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, if the player re-enters a house near the ice rock after obtaining the spell tag from the woman inside, the woman would have disappeared. The nature of the item, in conjunction with the ace trainer Olivia's comments of hauntings in the area, implies that the woman was a ghost, specifically a Yuki Onna. Quote, a person, a rare sight. Thank you for visiting. A gift. In Pokemon Black and White, on certain occasions, the spirit of a young girl will be standing on Marvelous Bridge and will disappear if the player walks toward her. An old lady in the bridge gate to the east of the bridge will explain that the young girl used to play around the area with an Abra before the bridge was built. In Pokemon Black and White 2, the girl will appear in the strange house, where she will refer to Abra and the bridge before telling the player to return the lunar wing there, which will trigger a battle with Cresselia. Quotes from the little girl. An everlasting dark dream, guess I didn't play it much. In Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, right before battling Phoebe, or Phoebe, I'm still not sure how to pronounce her name, who is a ghost type trainer. A ghost girl appears behind her, and I think it's you sitting in a little chair. In Pokemon Sun and Moon Special Demo version, there's a girl in Hollow City Marina who says she wants to sail to meet her parents again, but she's nervous about boats and asks to be seen off to her journey. She thanks the player for encouragement by giving them a common shard and walks away, just to disappear behind a passing Machamp. In Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the player can meet a little girl accompanied by a Drifloon at the training school, who will ask the player to solve 7 mysteries around the school. Once all the mysteries have been solved, the girl will give the player a pair of wise glasses, just as the school security guard shows up. The girl disappears, and the guard tells the player that they were alone the whole time. Drifloon alone is spooky enough and scary. Also, a Drifloon hanging around a child, just gonna take that child away. Drifloon is so cute, but the lore is so spooky, especially in Pokopia, where if you invite him to your island, I think he actually says, "Where are all the children?" or like, "Where are all the people?" Like, Drifloon, please, you're building a reputation. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, a girl named Paula in Hammerlock asks the player to deliver a letter to a boy named Frank in Balonilla. The boy turns out to be an old man who was friends with a girl named Paula when he was younger, but she fell ill and hid from him how sick she was. This caused an argument, and the boy ended up moving away shortly after. If the player returns to where Paula was, they'll find a Reaper Cloth. According to a magazine entitled The Musician's Register in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, when Rhyme was in her teens, her dear puppy Pokemon passed away, and she poured her grief into a song. When she sang it, her partner So it being that all the spirits are bad, allegedly. Legends suggest that Frostlast was formed when the spirit and lingering regrets of a lost woman who died in the snowy mountains but possessed an icicle. Yamask arose from the spirit of people interred in graves in past ages. It carries a mask that used to be its face when it was human. Galarian Yamask is said to have formed when an ancient clay tablet was drawn to a vengeful spirit. I always felt like Yamask's, well, the regular one was a little sad, like, so we're just capturing a bunch of people, because I love Yamask, it's so cute. And I was like, oh, that's just a human being in there. Hisuian Zora is a once departed soul returned to life. So once again, dead spirits just coming back. Lampit lurks and wanders through cities, pretending to be a lamp, searching for spirits of the fallen. Once it finds someone whose death is near, it will trail quietly after them, appearing the moment before they die to steal that spirit from their body. The spirit it absorbs its baleful fire. Phantom was formed when the spirit of a child that perished is in a forest, possessed a rotten tree stump. Sad. Pumpkaboo's body is inhabited by a spirit trapped in this world. It is said to carry wandering spirits in its body to the place where they belong so they can move on to the afterlife. The size of a pumpkaboo is said to be the product of a number of lost souls that lingered in the area where it was formed. When taking spirits to the afterlife, small pumpkaboo prefer the spirits of children to those of adults. Supersized pumpkaboo are very partial to the spirits of people who were similarly superior proportions. Sensu style or choreo uses ethereal dance steps to call forth the spirits of the dead. This is also supported by the official Pokémon Sun and Moon website, which states it gathers the spirits drifting about in an area and borrows their power to fight. The souls of seaweed adrift in the waves become reborn as Delmise. So does seaweed have souls, I guess? Sinisty was born when the spirit of someone who died alone possessed a